I think we're going to have to get those things.
Try ahead.
Because I think somehow it gets up there. So now, we have those rocks.
Yeah, but not a lot. You have 9.
Okay.
So,
let's see.
I'm going to use them sparingly.
Because we have to go that way, but
wait. Did you see right there? There's bloodstains.
Where? Yeah, those.
Yeah, so if you can get up there.
So I'm assuming that this is the this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way, and then seek bridge. Oh, wait, look, I can see it.
Well, be careful here. Why did I say that?
Well.
Well, there you gosh darn scoundrel, you.
Okay.
Hold on for just a second there,
So now that...
Alright.
Whoa, jeez.
Very glad to see that we're here, eh?
What is going on?
Oh, boy. Oh, they did not like the tuna casserole, I can tell you that right now. Hey. Oh, boy. That guy doing the moonwalk, haven't seen that since Michael Jackson grabbed that kid, allegedly. Oh,
I don't know what accent this is, but it's not Midwestern.
It should be.
Okay, so supposedly there is a chest in here that will get us this, and I think that this is the last sorcery that we need. So it might be up there. Let me just check down here.
Okay.
But I
check
think
down there.
I think this is the last sorcery we need, and then we should get that trophy.
Did I ever even answer your question about Indiana Jones?
Not really.
Oh, well, I guess I was trying to say that, like, I just want some believability, but, like, in terms of what the believability actually is to the series.
Yeah.
Wait. Dude, you didn't even look out there.
I did.
You didn't.
This is the entrance.
Okay, well then what's right there, and why couldn't we have just walked in?
Because there was a wall there.
And now there's not.
So, yeah, the way to open it, because remember we had to open up, like, Seluvis's Rise and Ronnie's Rise and stuff. The way to open it was solving the riddle by going in through that secret.
Oh, so now it's open.
Yeah, so
okay,
that opened it.
So I was going to say that believability within the scope of what believability is for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, like God's presence in the Ark of the Covenant, blowing up Nazis, aliens, all that stuff. To me, those are not like any more or less believable than each other. They're just not. So when you make this movie, I guess I just want it to be believable in the scope of the film.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got the trophy.
Cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would like it to be believable in the scope of the film.
But I also want, like, good dialogue and stuff like that. Now, I'm also wondering, like, how are you going to explain some stuff you did in 4? So, like, they brought in, you know, the character with his son, Shia LaBeouf, right?
Yeah. It's like, where did he go?
Yeah, what's up with that? Because I thought he was going to be the next Indiana Jones.
Right.
I mean, that's what they acted like.
Which I'm very happy they didn't, by the way.
Yeah, you know, are you, though? Because, like, I know you don't like Shia LaBeouf. Would you have liked it if it was someone else? Because, to me, it's now dumb that he was ever introduced.
Well, I just don't think I would have liked it at all.
You wouldn't have liked, like, one movie
no,
after
I mean,
he's old?
I'm with Harrison Ford on this. Like, Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I don't want any character being Indiana Jones, or Indiana Jones' son, or the new Indiana Jones, or whoever. I just want the Indiana Jones genre to be done with him.
I don't want any character to be Indiana Jones, but I wouldn't have minded a movie, like, about his son or something still adventuring, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You just leave it there. I'm not talking a series, and I'm not talking about Shia LaBeouf. I don't mind Shia LaBeouf in the Transformers movies.
Yeah.
And in fact, I don't even hate him. I just think he has a lot of mental issues.
Right.
But I don't love him either. I would have been totally fine, like, if you introduced a son for him in 4,
yeah,
and then he had a part, like a decent part in 5,
mm-hmm.
and then you had, like, one more film, which was, like, a 6th film, you could title it Indiana Jones, still, but it's about his son.
Yeah.
And that is the last movie, kind of like an epilogue, and, like, his dad's, like, a really old man, and, like, maybe he goes in terms of, like, the role that Sean Connery played in Last Crusade, but, like, even less action than that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes with him in that capacity, but it's mainly his son doing the stuff in the final movie, and then that's it. And they imply that, you know, when Indiana Jones dies, his son will still kind of carry that on with the archaeologist and stuff.
Yeah.
but we don't need a whole ass movie about it. So I'm saying I'd still want Harrison Ford in the 6th movie. I still think that's what makes it Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just want him to basically play the type of role his father played in Last Crusade, and then have, his son be kind of like the action work, and then we're done. Because to me, that's the only way you could make a 6th movie work anyway. Like, you're not going to do time travel twice.
Right.
You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're either going to do something like that, or it's going to be about him sitting in his university office.
Which I think, the
whole movie.
Right.
I'm not trying to be ageist here, but, like, when he hits 80...
It's like, what are we, what are we expecting here?
Right. When the character hits, like, 80... What are we expecting? Because, like, to me, at that point, it's like, that's just, you are limited somewhat by your body. Now, there are people who are, like, out there jogging at 80.
Right.
But they're not going to be, like, getting in fist fights, I don't think.
Right, or, like, whipping their whip around and, like, battling Nazis and stuff.
Right, I just don't see how that would work. So, to me, that's one of those things, that's one of those things where, like, I think you'd have to. I think the sun angle could have worked really well.
Well, yeah, and I agree with that. I think my only fear is that if that's what it was, like in The Last Crusade, where Indy was now kind of the older father figure and his son, kind of did more of the stunts type of a thing. If that's what the movie was, I'm fine with that. In fact, I'm even kind of fine with that even if it was Shia LaBeouf. My only problem is I don't want them to make more.
Like after that.
Yeah, like I'm not
I
looking
agree with you on
I'm
that.
not looking for like a Shia LaBeouf, led film or like a Chris Pratt led film, because I know that's another one that was thrown around.
Well, and we know that they'll bring back Indiana Jones at some point.
Yes,
Like
which
I
I'm
bet
not
in our
interested in
lifetime.
that. Oh, for sure.
In our lifetime, they will. I'm going to give it... I want to hear your estimate. I'm going to give it 20 years.
Before they bring a...
20 years after the last one, it will be rebooted.
You think it'll be rebooted?
Yes.
Okay.
Totally.
So you don't think it'll be in the same timeline?
No, because did you see that they're doing like a prequel show about the guy who... Supposedly about the guy who mentored him. Not about Indiana Jones. About like his mentor, like archaeologist guy.
Oh, I did not see this.
Before him. Who like he learned a bunch of stuff from.
I did not see any of this.
Yeah, let me look it up.
Is this person in any of the movies?
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember if they are.
Okay.
Indiana Jones prequel show?
Is this a Disney Plus show?
I don't know. Okay. Indiana Jones prequel series rumored to focus on a previously unseen character. The news of a Raiders of the Lost Ark prequel series has been followed, so that is news, by rumors the story will not focus on Indiana Jones. News of an Indiana Jones series going into development at Lucasfilm earlier this week was exciting for fans of Harrison Ford, blah blah blah.
Okay.
With Ford hanging up his whip in the upcoming Indiana Jones 5, the franchise's legacy is something that Disney and Lucasfilm have considered for some time now. In a new report from Jeff Snyder on the Hot Mick podcast, I think it's Hot Mike.
Hot Mick?
Yeah. I thought he just thought Mickey Mouse was super hot. He's like, woo, Donald, I'd love to put my mouse hole in that one. It has been suggested that the new series will actually be focusing on a surprising character connected to the intrepid archaeologist. Did you die?
No.
Oh. Okay. So here's the thing I hate movieweb.com and every article that does this. I don't care that you want me to watch ads. I'm fine with that, actually. I genuinely don't care.
Right.
What I do care about is you using like 5 billion different... Oh, Black Knife Ringleader. Interesting. You using 5 billion filler words in order to try and drag out the article.
Yep.
That's dumb. Stop.
Well, it should not take me an hour to flip through your article.
Right. Stop it. Get some help. And the Michael Jordan... Oh, dude, you gotta heal.
I know.
Oh, no. You still have that gold one. We're just brute forcing this, huh?
Well, I don't know how else to do it.
It has been suggested that a new series will actually be focused on a different character connected to Raiders of the Lost Ark. They then go on to talk about the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Although, like, I don't think anyone
Got him,
cares.
finally.
Good job. Does anyone actually consider... the Young Indiana Jones thing canon?
No.
The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones?
No. I don't.
But does anyone else? Like, do fans?
I don't know.
Because you might not, but I'm just wondering, like, what, you know, if you've heard anything about it. Because I really didn't.
I haven't either.
Nor do I really care about it. According to Snyder, this time around, the prequel series will be focused on Abner Ravenwood, father of Karen Allen's Raiders of the Lost Ark character and a mentor of Henry Jones Jr.
Hey, can we pause this while I go pee quick?
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
There's a site of grace in here that we need to find, and there's the last thing that we need.
Okay.
In here.
Alright.
After going up the stairway and defeating enemies, look right.
Well, so there's this stairway, but there's also this
It's
stairway.
this one.
Okay.
So then you look right.
1 second. We've got a troublemaker on our hands.
We have a hooligan.
A scoundrel, some would say. A
Okay.
ne'er-do-good. Have you heard that?
I have, yeah.
Or ne'er-do-well.
I have heard that.
Okay.
Okay, so now go up the stairs,
Got
look
it.
right,
Yep.
and peer down to see a sort of archway. Which it looks like...
It's that.
Yeah, so you have to go down, you should see a gazebo. Is there a gazebo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump down onto the archway, so you have to get to there. And then...
Are you sure?
And then jump onto the archway, then face north again.
What did I miss here? What's that?
I don't know. So face north again and jump to reach the area where the gazebo is.
Give me 1 second. There we go.
Okay, so now stand in the center of the gazebo,
Alright.
face west, and you'll
Okay.
see a room with the knight.
I faced Kanye.
So this is the room with the chest in it. So there is going to be a chest in here with an item that we need.
What?
It is a Ashen Remain. And once we get that one, we should actually have enough for that trophy.
Okay. Let's see if we can...
So yeah, that should be all the legendary Ashen Remains, then. And then it's just the legendary talismans, which we can't get until we go to the Crumbling Fair Missoula.
This guy somehow pushed through my spell and hit me with Crimson Rod. There we go, he's dead now.
Okay.
I'm a little worried about that Crimson Rod, but I did drink a thing that should restore a little bit of my health at a time, too.
Well, that should be good then.
So then it's in this.
Yep, and that should be the last one we need. Yeah, so we got that
Nice.
one now.
Clean Rot Knight Finley.
Yep.
Her name is Finley.
Finley's my son's name.
No one Finley in the audience. God dang it. What do you mean, what kind of name is Finley? Stupid,
Oh, a chest!
stupid bitch.
Big chest head.
Make fun of my name. Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. Oh, hey, another item. What the heck is going on here?
Alright.
Goes into some kinky stuff. Seedbed Curse. Interesting. Oh, hey, there's a thing right here.
Might as well get it.
Why did I make a weird noise?
Ah!
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, jeez.
no.
Oh, no, we're gonna have problems. Oh, no. Alright.
I went this way. I gave him the old David Jukes.
David Jukes?
You know how it is.
I do know how it is, yeah. It's one of my favorite historical figures.
David Jukes.
David Juke.
Amazing soccer player.
Okay.
Why can't I fast
Because
travel?
I think you're still aggroed. So should we...
Okay, dead? No, he's not.
Did you want to try to get as many talismans as we can until we get to the Faramazula one, or did you just want to do Faramazula and get it when we just go there and then do the rest of them?
Oh!
Where did this guy come from?
Where did he go?
Where did he come from? Who was this guy?
Oh!
We're gonna have problems here.
Oh!
What is going on? Okay.
Alright, whatever.
Okay, should we get these talismans?
Would you like me to? What is going on there? He got that Gok Gok 3000 mouth going. He even had the built-in vibrator function on his neck, dude. Did you see that? He's like,
I did, yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna polish my tarnished in there. Suck my helling tree!
Okay, let's go back to the, let's go to our talismans.
Ever since I lost my voice when I got sick, my voice has been a little off, and I keep kind of losing it off and on. I don't know why, but I am here by myself for a few minutes to tell you that I lost like 2 hours of audio. I have no idea how. We didn't talk about much in it because I do remember this part, but what we are doing is we are going to try and work on the Dung Eater's quest. This is the weird guy with all of the horn-looking growths on him that we saw back at the Round Table Hold. Some of this is just going to be dialogue from him, but I am going to explain some of the stuff that's going on and also talk to you about some things briefly. Hopefully this is not very boring for you because, you know, Nate's not here. But I will say that this whole storyline is very fascinating because basically it's about this guy who is outcast from society, and he believes in cursing others so that he can curse enough people so that the curse of things like the Omen Curse aren't actually a curse, they are the new standard. That's kind of what he wants to do. There's more to him than that. I'm sure Elden Lord 32 can probably explain it even better than I can. But when it comes down to it, this guy, he basically wants you to infect the Elden Ring. So a lot of these people are giving you mending runes, right? That's how the endings work, is they want to give you a mending rune so that you can imbue the Elden Ring with something and kind of take over the land and do something to the land. Well, what this guy wants to do is he has a sympathy for the omens. He doesn't like how they are outcast from society and treated. So it makes sense in a way how what he wants, but also it's like a much grosser version of what someone like the Noble Goldmask wants, who wants to fix the problems with the Golden Order and make it better. Well, Dung Eater's somewhere between that and the Frenzied Flame in terms of just throw it all out. What he wants to do is completely throw out the order that's kind of going on now and infect everyone with this mending rune that he wants to make, where essentially you can make everyone cursed going forward. And they'll have more cursed children and more cursed children, and eventually everyone will be cursed, and that will be the new standard. Kind of like a what goes around comes around, you shouldn't have treated these people poorly thing, except it screws over everyone, even people who never had any part in how the omens were treated. You know, you can find him down in the Subterranean Shunning-Grounds. It's interesting how his soul is kind of separated from his body, but we get more into that in the quest. I'm sure I will be back here, but I wanted to explain some of what was going on in this footage, because I actually find the Dung Eater's lore, he sounds just disgusting, right? And he is pretty messed up. He's almost like a serial killer who tries to kill people and infect them so that they are reborn cursed. He is really messed up. But then you look at some of his motivations, and it's super interesting too, of like why he's doing what he's doing and how he himself identifies more with omens than people, even though it's kind of clear he was a person, you know, like a human, just a normal human. So I don't know, there's a lot of fascinating stuff here. I'm sure I will be back, but I did want to add that commentary to this footage because I'm actually really interested in that guy's story.
Let me out. Let me out of here. Must eat more. Defile more. Everything that matters to you for generations to come. I am the Dung Eater, a scourge upon the living. Who are you? I've been here long enough. I will kill again, and defile each corpse with care, just to be sure that when they're reborn, they'll be cursed, along with their children, and their children's children, for all time to come.
So now the Dung Eater wants us to meet him outside of the capital, basically by the moat, and he wants to defile us, which is really disgusting sounding. So we basically have to go and fight him, see what this means, and then kind of see where it leads from here, because this is another progression of his quest. I don't think I ever actually looked around this area when we were originally over by the capital, because it's so big. I didn't realize there was a moat here, so I actually thought this was interesting because I completely missed this little sub-area of the game our original time through. I just had no clue it was here. And the capital is one of my favorite places. The capital and the Halig Tree I think are both fantastic, but there's so many winding paths and different places you can go around them and inside them that it's really easy to get lost or completely miss an area. So I thought it was cool they actually let us back here with this one.
There you are. You warded off my blessing, despite the curse stirring within you. No one has succeeded in that before. How? I thought. Then it hit me that you are, in fact, me. And I am the Dung Eater. It is my flesh that must receive the blessing. Give me your blessing. Defile my flesh with the seedbed curse, again and again, until it is done. Until a cursed ring coalesces, and may one day defile order itself. Countless I have killed, and countless I have defiled, and soon the fruits will be born. Hundreds will be reborn cursed, and they'll bear thousands of cursed children, who bear tens of thousands more. A few of those will be born just like me, and they'll kill and defile and bless in my stead. The rotten fools. My fate was the grandest, most brilliant of them all. My corporeal flesh lies in the sewer jail beneath the capital. Give it your blessing. Defile my flesh with the seedbed curse, until a curse ring coalesces.
The Sword of Milos is a sinister greatsword fashioned from a giant's backbone. It metes out wounds like a lopsided saw blade and restores some FP upon defeating an enemy. Milos was undersized for a giant and was viewed as sullied and terribly grotesque. So we're going to read a couple of the different lore things here. Hopefully you won't be able to hear me playing my own audio in the background because I have to let the video play so I can see where we're at. But I thought this was really interesting that he was actually holding this, because this sword is basically of an outcast giant, and this guy, the Dung Eater, he kind of sees himself as the champion of the outcast, the champion of the shunned. People like the Omens, or this malformed, too small giant who wasn't big enough to be considered, important or special. Dung Eater kind of sees himself as a champion of these people. You look at the seedbed curse, it's a curse grown on a body defiled by the Dung Eater, and a tender pox afflicted with omen horns. Again, that matches up with people who are outcast. The Dung Eater cultivates the seedbed curse on corpses. By doing so, he prevents dead souls returning to the Erd Tree, leaving them forever cursed. one of the most loathsome things found in all the lands between. So he pretty much wants to defile the order that's going on now, replace it with his own by making curses standard, by making those who are outcast the ones not even on top, but make everyone else like them. And so then it kind of does lead you to some questions of what was his backstory. You know, he says things like, "You fools, my fate will be the grandest of all of them." So obviously at some point he was basically told he wouldn't amount to anything, that he was disgusting, that he was an outcast and didn't matter. And now he wants to take that and basically destroy everything that's established and kind of get back at everyone who ever created the concept of outcasts. It's interesting because on one hand you can look at it and be like, oh, well, he's secretly a good guy, but it's at the same time it's all out of pettiness and revenge very clearly. It's not really completely for justice, at least from the way he talks. He gets pleasure in it. You know, he has like a sick fascination with the curses and wants to be like them and wants others to be like them. I would say it's more like pushing his fetish off on others. It does benefit people like the Omens and some of these other groups, but also it really screws over everyone else who had nothing to do with this entire situation. I also thought it was interesting that we can come in here and find a lot of areas that are very, very similar to what we actually see as the round table hold that we go to. You know, this bed where Fia was originally in the round table hold that we go to, but this is an old physical round table hold that's actually existing in, you know, near the capital. So it was once an actual building here. I thought that was really cool because I don't think I ever came in here and found any of this, but it's sort of in a state of disrepair now. I don't know the lore around why this happened in terms of, you know, was once the round table hold. I mean, what it seems like is the round table hold was once physically located in Leyndal, near the capital. I guess I should say in the capital city, but near, you know, where the, what would you say, Miquella and all of them were, and Godwyn and all these people. You know, they're gods. It kind of seems like originally it was a place for champions in that area around those people physically, and now it's its own area, you know, off, preserved outside of the lands between, which I think is interesting because you kind of get into a position later on in this game where, depending on what you do, it directly affects the round table hold, which now seems more built out of spiritual energy. But then there's weird stuff in it, like all the books, you know, that, what's his name has? Not Godfrey, not Godwyn, Gideon, that guy. Sorry, I was thinking. You know, all the books Gideon has in there for studying and stuff. I think it's very interesting, especially from the perspective right now of I'm talking after having beat the game. You know, that's kind of where I'm going back and doing this, because we beat the game a little bit ago. But it's interesting to look back at all this lore and all these things that we kind of missed and see, oh, hey, this is just the round table hold, but physically in Leyndal. Okay, why is it not there anymore? What happened? And I'm sure somewhere there's dialogue about this or a, you know, description of some kind that I missed. But I still find it fascinating to actually look at because this game does a really good job of posing questions. And I'm sure there are answers for some of them, but others, not so much. You know, others are kind of left up to player interpretation of why are things this way? You know, why is this place still here? Why were there so many books left, you know, at the actual round table hold, the physical location? You know, why is this place just left in a state of disrepair completely? Why isn't it used anymore? I think these are interesting questions, and unfortunately there's never a full-on answer for a lot of them, but we do find another seedbed curse here, which means that this guy was defiled by the Dung Eater. So we have to collect enough seedbed curses in order to use all of them on the Dung Eater and fulfill his wish of kind of cultivating this mending rune that he wants to make that will be able to be used to infect the Elden Ring and change this order that he wants to upset.